Come on, cattle dog. You're going on vacation, buddy. You're going on. How are you? Good. Here's cattle dog. He's coming in for boarding. All right, I'm going to set his food up here. Hey guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday to you. You know, when you drop your dog off at a facility to be boarded, or you leave your dog with a pet sitter, or even if you just take your dog to daycare, it can be a pretty scary proposition at times. It really can. You know, we all care about our pets, and we can't help but imagine the worst. I mean, my gosh, you start thinking, what happens if my dog escapes? What happens if this building burns down? What happens if there's an earthquake, even though the place is in a non-earthquake prone area? What happens if there's a tornado, a hurricane? All these things. It's amazing. It's amazing how your mind can play tricks on you and really make you think that possibly the worst thing that can happen to your dog will occur while you're away from it. It just does. We're all like that if you love your dogs. When Kira and I travel, if we can't take our dogs with us, I'm going to admit, flat out to you, she'll ask me every now and then, have you seen Captain? Have you seen the rats, Dave and Poe, our two Morkies? And what she's asking is this: I have cameras all over our facility for many reasons. But a lot of times she'll ask, did you see Captain out in play? And he's easy to spot because he's got that big old white tail. So even when we do it, even we want to understand and feel that everything is okay with our dogs. So that's healthy and that's adaptive. The worry that I talk about is the one that's crippling. The one that says, I can't dare leave my dog. I don't want anyone to watch my dog. I don't trust anyone but me. Yeah, I've written about that in some of my previous books, and it's happened. I've seen marriages ripped apart because the husband is wanting to complete his bucket list. Yeah, they're empty nesters. They've been waiting for this moment. Now it's time to hit the beach. It's time to go check out the pyramids overseas. It's time to go to Patagonia. It's time to go to Alaska. You just want to travel. You want to go places. You want to tick these things off your box. But you can't, because half of you, the other half, doesn't trust leaving the dog with anyone. That's crippling, guys. It's crippling for your dog. It's crippling for you. You've got to figure out, how can I get this thing done? How can I possibly go on my vacation and enjoy my vacation? Or even just drop my dog off for a day of daycare so I can get some darn work done around the house. How can I do that and yet do it without being incredibly and super stressed about it? Well, I'm here to tell you there's a reason why we are so skeptical. In a recent study done by the International Review of Public Marketing, it says that consumer skepticism is at an all-time high. We don't trust people anymore. And we definitely don't trust anyone that has slick marketing or someone that we just really don't know. And the problem with that is that a lot of these places we don't know that we want to trust to care for our dogs. We don't know them because there's so much business being done online. Yeah, it's kind of like me with you guys right now. This is asymmetrical. I'm talking to you, and you aren't able to talk to me unless you type something on your keyboard real quick and it drops right down there in that feed, which I certainly appreciate you doing that. But for the most part, I can't read you, and you can only read me to a certain degree. It's hard to trust when you can't give the good old handshake like we used to give. When now people are hidden behind a mask even. It's hard to trust when all you know is what you can read or the videos that you can watch, but you just can't go there. You can't interact. You can't smell the place. You can't see what's going on behind the closed doors over here. It's hard to trust. And I get that. And online has made it even more difficult to trust anyone or anything. Anyone can type anything. Anyone can blow up their credentials. Anyone can claim I have the greatest and the fastest and the most innovative thing and the best darn place for your dog that was ever invented. I'm great and everyone else stinks. Yeah, it's all over the place out there. It's everywhere you turn. So it's hard to trust that. Even reviews. You look at reviews and you think, are those real? Is that real? Is that really real? Did that really happen there? from both a good point and a bad point. It's hard to take those on face value. It is, because reviews are everywhere, and heck, and people are inundated with them, and sometimes they just get in a hurry and just write any darn thing. So how do you get past this? How do you say, okay, look, I want to leave my dog, and I want to leave my dog with someone else because I can't take it with me. This particular trip will not allow me to take my dog with me. So how do you get over this so you can enjoy it? Well, first things first, try to visit the place where you're going to leave your dog, whether it be at a vet hospital, whether it be at a commercial boarding facility, whether it even be with a pet sitter. Interview that pet sitter. Have them come to your home. Talk to them. And you know what, guys? If you got this thing in the pit of your stomach, that thing that goes, I'm not quite feeling it the way that person answered my questions. Something's not right here. Obey that. Do you and your dog a favor. Don't go getting paranoid on me here. But at least listen to it. You can go talk it over with someone else, but at least voice those concerns and put it down on paper and then come back and read it about an hour later. See if it makes any sense to you. But at least question it. So go to the commercial facility. Or walk right in their darn door. I don't care if they're busy. If they're open, walk in that door right then and say, hey guys, how you doing? I'm so-and-so, and I have this dog, and I really do love my dog a whole lot, and I was thinking about maybe leaving my dog at your facility. So would you mind if I take a quick look? You bet. If you have to make an appointment, walk away. Walk away. Because care is a full-time business, 365 days a year, 24/7, never takes a break, never takes a holiday. Care has to happen all the time. All the time. If you got a pet sitter, they need to be aware of your dog and your house and all the trappings that go on in that home, all the hazards that happen in that home. Pet care is 24/7, 365, never takes a break. And it should never require an appointment. So if you're going to leave your dog at a facility, walk right in the darn door and say, hey, I want to take a look at the place. I want to take a look at the place right now. Now, they say give me 2 minutes because I have got water on my floor, because that does happen. It does happen. You got to mop a lot of whatever. Give them the 2 minutes. Don't give them 10. 10, something's up. All right, so do that. Explore a little bit. Try to talk to people who've had an experience with this particular pet sitter, with this particular veterinary hospital, with this particular commercial boarding facility, wherever you live. Talk to people and find out, what was your experience like? And take everything into account. Everything. It's not always going to be a glowing review at these places. And consider that. Gosh, how many times have you eaten at a restaurant? You love that restaurant. But if you eat at that thing enough, I promise you, I guarantee you, you will have either a bad customer service experience or you're going to get a lousy meal sometime. Try to take in the total picture here. Hey, there's this many great things and only that many bad things. Okay? Really think about that. So talk to people. Feel from them. Okay? You feel better about that? You got some good reviews and you talk to some people. You went and visited the facility. Talk to the people in that facility. What is your name? What do you do here? Do you like doing it? How about these dogs over here? What are they doing? So what chemicals do you use? Just ask questions. Even if you really don't care, ask them anyway. Because how they respond back to you, how confidently they respond back to you. Do they respond back to you in a genuine way? Or does it sound like a script? Yeah, it's a script. I'm just regurgitating this darn thing. Yeah, that's what they told me to say. No. So again, if you do this, then your instinct inside you will start sending up little bitty warning flags if the thing coming back at you isn't agreeing with that good old thing that was parked in your system millions of years ago in the humans, to say, hey, warning. I can't explain to you right now, Brian, but I'm telling you what, you need to pay attention to this particular thing. Remember I told you about mammals, how they pay really close attention to anything that stands out. Anything that stands out. Well, that's also called your senses, your instinct. If that thing's standing out, you need to pay attention to it. Okay, ask, not only do you ask multiple people about their experience, but also Ask them about their dog's experience. In other words, again, remember that's why I shot the video yesterday about trembling and shaking. If they said their dogs are trembling and shaking, again, blow up the context a little bit here. Was it their dog's first time there? Was the dog possibly excited about seeing their owners? Or was the dog excited about going into the building and leaving their owners? Sometimes that happens, man, I'm telling you. I tell you what, there are dogs that walk in our facility right here and just go, bye, enjoy your vacation, I'm out of here. So again, taking all that into account. But how was the experience for the dog? Did it lose a lot of weight? Did it gain a lot of weight? Was it roughed up some? Again, ask multiple people. They're out there. They will definitely volunteer this information to you and get some feedback on it. Because you are going to get an occasional dog that will get roughed up a little bit if they allow the dog to play. Dogs play with claws and fangs. I mean, again, somebody's going to get roughed up eventually. Dogs do get sick. They're not impervious to being ill. They're not Teflon here. There's just things that's going to happen anytime you leave a dog anywhere on the planet Earth, even at your own home. Injuries can happen. Illnesses can happen. So to all of that being said, that's my last little point I want to make here. When you leave your dog with someone else, come to grips with the fact that the unexpected can happen. Yeah, it can. You can leave a dog that's alive and come back to one that dies. I owned a vet hospital for many years and that happened. It did happen. It didn't happen a lot. But even one time and having to meet with the grieving owner is enough. But it does happen. They're living beings. And things happen. So put that in your head. Maybe not that worst case scenario that I just talked about, but maybe one that, yeah, they can't become ill. Educate yourself about canine illnesses, especially canine cough. Oh my gosh, of all the illnesses that a dog can acquire, can become ill from, canine cough has got to be one of the most, in fact, I think I'll just do a whole video on it. Tell you what, that's going to be coming up here. An entire video just on canine cough. It amazes me. Heck, I'm stuttering over it. It amazes me so much how much people don't understand about canine cough. How infectious it is, how dogs can carry that disease with them and not even show a symptom one and pass it to another one. So, heck, we ought to be kind of familiar with that right now because there's a little bit of a thing called a virus going on right now that can do the exact same things. Infect someone, they're asymptomatic, and they pass it to a whole bunch of other people. So maybe now we'll be a little bit more graceful, a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more educated when it comes to canine cough because it can and will happen if you have your dog in the company of other dogs for any length of time. It can and usually will happen in large groups. Okay, so educate yourself on illnesses. Ask the person, if it's a pet sitter, ask the veterinary hospital, ask the commercial boarding facility, if my dog should become ill or injured, what happens? What is your steps? You give them some steps. You say to them, call me. And if you're going to be somewhere where there's not going to be cell reception or spotty at the best, call someone else. Have a policy in place. Have it in place. Don't just make it up as you go. Write it down. Give it to them. Do X, Y, and Z. Don't you dare think about A, B, and C. X, Y, and Z. Do your own homework. Where's the nearest veterinary hospital? Where's the emergency one? Your vet may not be open when that illness or that injury occurs. So what next? Where do we go to next? Know that. Plan that. Go there. Meet with them. You only have to do it one time. Once you get all this stuff done, then every time you go to leave your dog with someone else, you already have this in place. So have a plan. Be prepared. Think, yeah, it can happen. And if you do this and you're prepared and you know the person that you're leaving the dog with or the business that you're leaving your dog with, if they're prepared, then that's it. That's the most that anyone can do. Now it's out of your hands. I mean, you've done the best you can do. Lay it down there. And now, for your dog's sake and for your sake, go and enjoy your vacation. Go take care of that business that you've got to take care of. Leave the dog in the capable hands. You made that decision. Like I said yesterday, once you make that decision, you flood it with certainty. And then you take massive action on it. You leave the dog. And you walk out that door and you put on your sunglasses and your flip-flops and you head on down to the beach or you head up into the mountains where I go. Go do it. Because otherwise you're going to be a wreck. We all need an outlet for frustration. Everyone needs an outlet. And if you don't take advantage of those opportunities to relieve pent-up stress, then you're going to be no good for your dog. No good. So go, dump that stress, come back and go, all right, I'm ready to get my dog. I am all rested. I'm ready to go. I got a bunch of dirty laundry, but so what? I'll get that thing done. I'll just put my dog in place while I'm doing the laundry. But come back with a big smile on your face. Be ready to go. Take your dog home and say, wow, next time I have to go somewhere, I know exactly where I'm going to leave you. I had to do this video because I see so many times where no one goes anywhere. No one does anything because they're too worried about their dog. When the odds are their dogs are going to be perfectly fine, if not better. And one last little thing on that, because that's going to be a video too. Your dog won't forget you. No, they're not going to forget you. That's a big worry that you don't need to be carrying that burden around with you. Oh, they will remember you. Trust me, they're going to remember you, for better or worse. Okay, guys, I hope that helped. Trust is a commodity in short supply right now. Skepticism is at an all-time high. A lot of it has to do with the internet. You don't get to get personal on the internet. Well, go get personal. Watching your dog is personal. Keep in mind, pet care is 24/7, 365. Make sure you have a policy in place. Make sure you have a plan. Expect the unexpected. Yeah, because once you got that down, hey, I can handle that. Then the rest of it's a piece of cake. Do that for you. Do that for your spouse and any of your other family members. But most of all, do it for your dog so that it lives with someone who is not always completely and utterly saturated and beat down by stress. All righty. Well, cattle dogs here. I need to go find my sunglasses. I'm out of here. Have a great day.